Once you hit the age of 75, something shocking begins to happen inside the human body, something no one warns you about, something doctors rarely discuss openly, and something that quietly affects every single older adult, no matter how healthy they appear. It doesn't matter if you walked every day, ate clean, took your medications, or lived an active life. Once the body crosses 75, 5 major changes begin to strike almost everyone. And what makes these changes terrifying is not that they happen, but that most people don't recognize them until it's too late. The first change is invisible at first. You begin losing strength faster than ever before. Not a little bit, dramatically. Scientists call it accelerated muscle loss, and it happens whether you exercise or not. This weakness doesn't appear suddenly, instead, it shows up in small moments. You take a step and feel slightly less stable. You try to stand up and notice it takes an extra second. You climb stairs and feel your legs working harder than usual. Most people brush this off as aging, but orthopedic surgeons warn that this is the moment your body starts losing the strength that protects your joints, your spine, and your ability to stay independent. The terrifying reality? If you don't fight this change, it only gets worse, quickly. The second change that strikes after 75 is your balance, even if you never had balance problems before. Your inner ear becomes less responsive, your stabilizer muscles weaken, and your reflexes slow down. You don't notice this while sitting, eating, watching TV, or even walking slowly. You notice it the moment you turn quickly, or step off a curb, or lose focus for a second. One small misstep becomes more dangerous than it used to be. This is why falls become the #1 cause of injury, and the #1 cause of loss of independence, after 75. Not because people are careless, but because their bodies simply stop reacting the way they used to. The third change is even scarier. Your joints begin to stiffen and your cartilage thins at double the speed. Your knees ache sooner. Your hips feel tight. Your lower back complains more often. Movements you once did without thinking, like bending to tie your shoes, picking something up from the floor, or twisting slightly, suddenly feel uncomfortable or even painful. Most people think this is arthritis getting worse, but surgeons reveal the truth: it's stiffness caused by inactivity, weak supporting muscles, and loss of joint lubrication. Without specific movements to protect your joints, stiffness becomes your new normal. And once stiffness sets in, mobility disappears faster than anyone expects. The fourth change is the one almost no one talks about: the brain slows down before the body shows it. Not in memory, but in reaction speed. You think a little slower, react a little slower, and process physical movement a little slower. This affects walking, balance, coordination, and even confidence. You feel less sure on uneven ground. You hesitate before stepping up or down. You move with caution, not because you're afraid, but because your brain is no longer giving your muscles the split-second instructions it used to. This tiny delay is what turns small stumbles into big falls. It's a silent change, but one of the most dangerous. And then there's the fifth change, the one that affects every part of your life: your daily energy drops. Not because you're tired, not because you're out of shape, and not because of age alone, but because your mitochondria, the energy factories inside your cells, become weaker and fewer. This results in slower walking, less motivation, more sitting, and longer recovery times. You don't mean to slow down, your body forces you to. The worst part? The less you move, the faster your energy declines. It becomes a cycle that steals your strength, your mobility, and your confidence. Now here's the truly terrifying truth: these 5 changes strike everyone, but almost no one fights them correctly. People try walking more, but walking doesn't restore lost muscle. People try resting more, but rest accelerates decline. People think slowing down is part of life, but it's actually part of losing independence. The good news, the important truth, is that these changes are not final. Not even at 75, 80, or 90. You can slow them down. You can reverse pieces of them. You can restore strength, improve balance, reduce stiffness, sharpen your brain's reaction time, and rebuild energy. But none of this happens by accident. It happens when you give your body the right signals: strength-focused movements, stability drills, mobility routines, and daily habits that wake the body up instead of letting it shut down. Most people don't discover this until they've already lost the ability to do the things they love. But you're here now. You're listening now. And that alone means you already have an advantage. Because the truth is simple: once you understand these changes, once you start moving with purpose, and once you use science-backed habits instead of guesswork, you can age with power, not fear. Strength can return. Balance can improve. Energy can rise. Mobility can come back. And independence can be protected. Most people don't know this. But you will. And the choices you make from today onward will determine whether you grow weaker with age, or stronger than anyone expects.